And I hope you like my setup. I finally had some time to post up my little screens back there. I haven't done that in a while, so I finally got that up again. And yeah, I think I finally figured out the lighting setting in my room, and it just feels crisp. It looks right. So yeah, I'm ready to get started with the show. I made sure everything was correct in my setup. So it's all ready to go, and let's jump right in. Let me check out the comments. Let me post them up right here. There we go. And I'll click right here. Here we go. What's up, Massive Panda? I see you came on early before the before the show even started. So what's up, man? And Paul, what's up, dude? How you doing, man? How's the comic going? Let me know. Awesome. So I'm going to go ahead and get started with my work. Right now, I am just working on pages of Air Rider. So I'm trying to finish up the last, like the third issue of Air Rider and get that in the can. Basically, I'm just trying to finish it so that the series can, like, I can just put that to rest and not have this whole backlog of work that's just sitting there, because most of it is inked and there's 30 something pages of content that I'm just like, why isn't this out there? Like, I could put this out there, like, if I just finish the last little bits of stuff that I need to do. And part of it I was drawing in the last video that I posted, so let me go ahead and get into that now. Let me see. What's up, Nick Stream? How you doing, man? Appreciate you coming out to the show, dude. Let's see. Paul says I got page 6 drawn and designing the cover. Dope. Awesome. Yeah, I have to design a cover as well for Saintly. So I think maybe I'll do that for next show. That'd be cool. So let me see if this will, okay. So I think y'all can see what I'm doing. Dope. Yeah, I do need to design a cover for Saintly. Like, I need to redesign the cover, because what I have right now posted is from when I was in the Cubert school. Like, I drew that way back then. And it doesn't quite match what the characters look like now. I mean, they look more detailed now, or they have more specific characteristics about them. I figured out more about the story, so that changed their look as well. So now it's just a whole completely different thing, and I have to reflect that in the art that like in the new cover that I'll do for them. So that is the issue with that. So I am just gonna lock in right now. So for the last few, like the last couple, like maybe the last few weeks, like maybe last 2 or 3 weeks, I haven't gone to work. Like, I haven't gone to a day job. Luckily I didn't ever get a permanent position anywhere, or else I just kind of would have gotten into a job and then dropped that same job again. So right now I'm like, I haven't gone to any type of job in the last 2 to 3 weeks, and I've just been drawing all day, or I've been creating, or doing, like, what do you call it? Clerical work, where I have to send out emails, make sure this thing is taken care of, make sure that thing is taken care of. And I'm moving out of my place pretty soon, so I have to do that as well. I have to take care of that as well. Yeah, it's just a lot going on, while at the same time it's like, okay, well, I still got to make videos, and I still have to what else do I still have to do, man? I have stuff to do, man. It's always stuff and things, and you just kind of get them done as best you can, and worry about the rest later. So right now I'm kind of in this in-between state where I want to make my videos better, and I think it would I would benefit from taking at least one day off out of the week to focus on, I guess, either recording or making better videos or something like that, where even if I don't make a video every single day, um, I can create an opportunity to make even better videos. But I think in this situation, what I'm gonna try to do is um, make like script out a video, script out an easier video, uh, shoot and record that, and then post one of those, like one of those more edited videos, like once or twice per month, and then continue doing the daily videos as more of a daily vlog type thing of just my thoughts or commentary on things, because those are easier to do and it keeps me showing up in the feed. But I don't want to just like put out some like half-assed idea and keep it going like that. I want to put some more effort now that I have like time. I want to put some more effort into the videos that I'm creating. So hold on. Okay, y'all can see what I'm doing. Good. Uh, I want to put more effort into the videos that I'm creating, so those get more views. You know what I mean? Like, there are some that I get lucky with every once in a while where it's just like, oh, people really responded to that one. Okay, cool. And it's not always the ones that I necessarily think are gonna do well. Sometimes though the ones that I don't expect just pop off, and sometimes the ones that I really want to pop off just don't. And that was the issue like a couple of years ago when I was just doing videos randomly and occasionally, or not even randomly, but every week. I would do them every week and post them up, but for some reason this doesn't look as nice when it's in full ink mode. It looked nicer when it was like that. Maybe if I take out some of these lines here. But yeah, that was when I was in like full video mode, marketing mode. But the thing was back then is like you only get one shot every week to see if your video idea will work. And if it doesn't, it's kind of like discouraging. But if a video idea of mine doesn't work these days, then I can just come back tomorrow and the next day and the next day and the next day. Like a video idea not working out, doing it the way I'm doing right now is no big deal because I just have more shots to take, or I can take more shots. Whereas before, it was more like you can't screw up the one video that you got for the week, or else people won't come back for the next week or something like that. And I just realized I could 10 times the feedback loop by creating videos faster or more often. So that's what got me started on what I've been doing up until now, where I'm just posting every day and then taking it to the next level by doing a stream every week. Yeah, every week. Doing a stream every week. So yeah, man. I'm just sort of figuring things out as I go along. Like I never just know what to do. It's always a process of figuring things out, learning as I go, that kind of thing. But one thing I've started to pick up is drawing fucking faster, man. I've just sort of picked up that skill where I'm going through these pages and I'm just like, okay, well, it doesn't 100% matter how I draw this line. I just got to draw it and get it out. So I'm going over the pages of work that I've done, and I'm not caring 100% how perfect it is. I'll make sure that the little details are go through, and I'm paying attention to the small details that break immersion or make things hard to read. But for the most part, I'm just going in and drawing. Like I see some of my compadres be doing, like martial arts or coffee comics. The way that I see them draw comics on their streams is just like they don't give a fuck how the comic is drawn, as long as they're just putting down the next line. They just put the next line down, put the next line down, put the next line down, and it doesn't matter like what it looks like until you like zoom out and see the whole. Like, how is the whole being conveyed versus the small minor details? Same with like white manga. Like if you look at streams of him drawing, he's just drawing quickly and fastly to get the work out there, and make it count. So that is what I will also focus on now, and just do all that. Nick Stream says, I do enjoy the daily thoughts videos for the complete randomness of what the topic could be. Oh, cool. I'm glad somebody enjoys those. But I do want to do like more in-depth videos, like more highly edited, not highly edited videos, but like more edited videos like I used to do in the past. And videos about like, I'll probably take like a topic that I talked about in the past that did some decent views, write up a good script for it, and then make a better version of that video. Because that's a lot of what these videos, like the plan behind those videos were, is like, okay, let me see what the rough version of this type of video would be like how people would respond. Do they care? Is this something people want me to talk about? And if it turns out to be like a well-rated video where people liked the content or like me talking about it, then I would just do a better version of that in the future. I can do that with a few videos that I have in my back like catalog. So that's the plan with some of those videos. Let me erase some crap here. Damn it, that's not it. Maybe this. Okay, there we go. Yeah, that's the plan with some of the videos that I got, and making them better, making a better version. I want to make like a really professionally done video one day, like where you can't, like, it feels like, oh, this is a real YouTuber. Because I make, like, it took a while just to get this sort of setup to look correct, like look the right way, where I was shooting my live streams on my computer, and it just didn't look that great. I used to use my iPad to record all my videos, so those looked okay, but not quite the way I wanted, or not quite like YouTube professional. Like, they didn't scream, oh, this guy is a professional YouTuber. And I'm not a professional YouTuber. I never wanted to be like a YouTuber guy. I didn't want to be like, and this is not a knock on them, I didn't want to be like drawing with Jazza or like white manga or like this other guy named ZHC, who's trying to be like the Mr. Beast of ArtTube or whatever. But where you're doing challenges like, oh, I'm gonna draw 100 and I'm gonna draw all 150 Pokemon on this napkin or some shit like that, man. I don't want to do that shit. Like, I just didn't want to do challenges like that where it would be just content that people could watch, and it would be highly edited for retention rates and that kind of thing. Like, uh, yeah, I didn't want to do that. I wanted to find like a middle ground where I could talk about what I wanted to talk about and find an audience who wanted to be into that thing. Um, my general thought these days is to, what's the word? Is to find a way to, hold on. My general thought these days is to find a way to go in depth into what I'm creating. Like to, hold on here. I'm going to take this background piece. Okay, you guys can still see what I'm doing. Good, 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 good. Yeah, my idea is to find a way to talk more about what I actually like, and go into depth rather than try to go wide. Where a lot of that content that I was talking about before, hey, what's up? What's up, Phil? How you doing, man? Appreciate you coming out to the show, dude. What was I saying? Yeah, a lot of the stuff that I was talking about before, where you have like the Mr. Beast type artists or the artists who do drawing challenges and that kind of thing. Like that's widely appealing to like a really wide audience. Like, oh, I'm going to show you how to draw this, 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 and that. And what I want to do, or what I'm trying to aim for, is go for a more niche audience, more of, hey, let me show you this thing that specifically appeals to me, and maybe it'll appeal to you. Because there's a lot of artists that I really like, really admire, and I want to showcase them on the channel and talk about what they're doing. Because those types of things excite me, and I want to show other people, because nobody talks about them, or nobody talks about those things. There's webcomics that nobody talks about because webcomics aren't the hot commodity in the entertainment space or in comics in general. Webcomics don't get TV shows made out of them. They don't get animes made out of them usually. They don't get the big brand deals and whatnot. Even though some of them make a really good living for the creator, they're just not the viral thing. Like, people don't usually go viral off of a webcomic. So I want to talk about the lesser known ones, and I haven't even really read a lot of webcomics in general, but there are some that really impress me with the art and the skill that they make it with, and I want to show people, hey, check this out, this is what's up. So yeah, that's part of my reasoning behind all that. Let me see. Okay, this is the one I want. I'm gonna copy. Get out of the way, dude. Copy. Copy, 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 copy. There we go. And I'm gonna put it right here for now. I'm gonna take that, close it down, open this, and I'm gonna put this. What is this? I'm gonna put this up. No, I'm gonna take, that's not it. I was having a really tough time making this panel earlier, like weeks ago, maybe. Not weeks ago, months ago, years ago. In fact, I'm still not sure the perspective is correct on this thing, but I already drew the characters and everything in there, so I can't really change it 100%. I just kind of have to deal with it. So I'm going to put this doorway exactly where this guy is pointing, using the pencils as a guideline. And then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to make this disappear just to make sure we got the same plane. There we go. And then the next thing I'm going to do is go ahead and erase. Whoops. Everything that is on his body. And then little things like this will save you a ton of work, where you don't have to draft out a whole new door, put it in perspective and all that kind of crap. You can just copy and paste it digitally, and then there you go. You got a brand new door. It's all done. And then here I'll just do this and say hi to Code Ninja. What's up? How you doing? Appreciate you coming out to the show, dude. I'm just drawing some Air Rider stuff right now. This is actually the third issue that never was released. I just have it sitting in my back pocket, and I'm just like, well, I guess I have time now to finish it up and get it out there, because I'm done with Saintly, and I have to get that out there in some way, shape, or form. I have to put that into the ether, into the world. But at the moment, I just have, let me see, let me take this. At the moment, I just have, let me hit option. Yeah, I still have to discuss with my publisher how to go about like releasing it and doing all that stuff. So it's a work in progress. Okay, there we go. Code Ninja says, I'm doing well, about to draw a bit myself, excited for my little short comic. Dope. Awesome, man. Do you post those up somewhere, like on like DeviantArt or Instagram or Twitter? It's been a long time since I used DeviantArt. Well, no, it hasn't, but it's been a long time since I posted. Maybe like a year. The last thing I did was is like Chikorita drawing with the characters from Dungeon Meshi. Like they were just eyeing it so that they could eat it and all that stuff. Because I saw this really fucking disturbing animation of somebody taking a Chikorita and cutting it up so that they could eat it. And they cut the Chikorita, and it was inside. It was like green. It was like as if you cut into a vegetable or a plant or something. And I was just like, wow. Like it wasn't meat, it was plant, but somebody visualized it as if it was a real food that people in the Pokemon world eat. And I'm just like, that was horrific, scary, but weirdly fascinating at the same time. I was just like, what the hell is this? Just gives you a different feeling or a different perspective on your like childhood, and you're just like, Jesus Christ, this is fucked. But it is what it is, man. It was fucked. I never want to see that shit again. Well, I'll probably look at it one more time, but it's just fucking weird though. What's up, Poppin' Rico? How you doing, man? Let me see. What's up? Appreciate you coming to the show, dude. What's up? Says not yet. I've been cooking in the dark. I can show you some character designs though. Dope. Yeah, man. That'd be good to see. Good to see. I'm gonna go here into what is this? Okay, there we go. Man, okay. All right. Make sure everybody can see what I'm doing. And then I'll go ahead and put some additional lines here and there. Then I'll go ahead and make another X for the exit sign. I might just freehand that. X. What do I have it on? 250? Jesus. Okay. Damn it. Doesn't quite fit, but I'll make it fit. Let me do one of these. At some point soon, I want to start drawing back on paper again, like how I did with, no, let me get the free one. There we go. Like I start everything off on paper, but these pages I started, actually I started these on paper as well, but I only did them like mildly on paper before posting, like scanning them in for digital updating or whatever. But here we go. There we go. All right. And then here, what's the next thing I want to do? I don't want to go overboard with the details, but I need to establish like a vanishing point here. And it's kind of already established with the drawing, but the drawing's not even supposed to be like that. So if I take a, here we go, perspective. It's in 1 point perspective. And I do have a guide from an earlier sketch that's on a different layer. The story of this one is kind of like it's not super action packed. It's really more of a, I guess you could call it like a philosophical thing, or more of an emotional debate or whatever. But by this point in my creation history, it was like I had already, like it was really late for me to realize that like in a superhero story, people are looking for superhero stuff. Like I thought I would have all the time in the world to set up the story, the consequences, all that kind of stuff. But because I thought I was making more of a manga type thing, but because there's so like actual little time to do all that stuff, it just has to be done faster. Like you have to get into the world and the consequences of everything a lot faster than you think. Popping Rico, he says, is this for Air Rider? Yep, this is Air Rider number 3, like the unreleased issue. And right now I'm just trying to finish it up, basically. Like it's so scary how almost done it is that I was just like, damn, I might as well just, you know, get this finished and do a little print run or something like that. So I have another piece of like air writer to put out there. Like it's just been sitting in my pocket for the last few years, and um I'm just like, you know what? After I'm done with Saintly, or getting Saintly #1 done, in the meantime, I'll just chapter #3 of Air Rider, because it's the best drawn chapter so far. Even though this is not a really great example page, but it's the best drawn chapter, and it has a lot of like characters that I wanted to introduce in the story. So posting I'll be like finishing this chapter up so that people can meet the characters, and we can basically round out the story and just call it like the bully arc or something like that, because it's in this chapter right before everything really like pops off and gets started, because he puts on his costume for the first time in this chapter right at the very end. So it's like there ain't been no superhero stuff really for the last for the first chapter, or even the chapters afterward, and then this one is finally some stuff about to start happening. You know what I mean? Like, I really didn't understand a lot about making like the genre that I was working in when I started it. So yeah. Code Ninja, he says, this is Bertram, the main character for my short comic. I can't see it. I don't know if there's a way to see like illustrations in the comment section. That would be cool, but I can't see it. I think you'd have to find another way to send that out or show it. But right now I'm just focused on getting these pages done. So Code Ninja says, I posted an Imgur link, but it didn't load. My bad. Oh, okay. I was wondering about that. I was just like, that's random. Okay. I guess I'll leave that out right now. And I'll just put some random tick marks on the wall. Oh yeah, and save. That would be a good idea. Just to save and get that started. Let's see what the comment is. Rixara Zor 6392. I don't think I've seen you yet. Welcome. Have you heard about the fallout between Young Wavy and Coffee? What's your take on it? How do you think it impacts the indie community? Yeah, I've seen that fallout. Like, I saw the original video that Coffee posted on his channel about Seji's comeback to the Mon-Ah movement, and like I posted under it. I was just like, hey, they were talking about how making comics on your own is, or making comics and trying to sell to people who are your customer is the way to go. And I was just like, yeah, I agree with that. And then all of a sudden, like, Young Wavy came out with a post like how he's no longer working with Coffee and that whole situation. And I was just like, dang, where's this coming from? Like, well, I mean, there must have been something that happened behind the scenes to make that, you know, for him to make that video. And I was kind of understanding what he was saying for a while, until he started posting up the what do you call it, their private like conversations that they were having online. And that's the part where I didn't agree with it. I was just like, okay, I was understanding a little bit of what you were saying until that part. Like when you start posting up conversations that you're having with like private conversations that you're having with somebody who trusts you or considers you a friend, um that is crossing the line. That is that's a big like professional no. Like that's a bad form for being a professional and also being a man. It's like if you take somebody like the private conversations that you're having, post it up online for in a public forum for other people to see and judge and mock and that kind of thing. It's like, well, I would understand it if it was a crime, like if there was a serious crime being committed or something. But if it's just over like like a squabble, then that's a completely different matter. It's horribly bad form. Because it makes it so that people will like even if he thinks it does damage to coffee by posting that stuff, it does even more damage to him because it shows like, okay, this person is willing to post to try to get some, like this person is willing to post private messages, and that's like untrustworthy behavior. If we can see that he's willing to go as far as to post comments or post things that were private between him and another person, then it's like, okay, well, other business people, other business professionals will see that and be like, okay, this is the type of this is the way he's moving in the industry. This is the way that he's doing things. And it's unfortunate that that's what he chose to do in this situation, because it didn't seem like it had to go this way. You know what I mean? It could have been avoided, I think. And another thing is like, the way I consider it in indie comics is that everyone is like pirates, like in One Piece. You know, everyone has their own crew, everyone has their own thing that they're setting up to make money and to make a living in indie comics. And we're all captains, so we have captains egos about making comics. The reason I haven't like joined up with any like coalitions, joined up with any gangs, and let me say hi to Dale A. What's up? Appreciate you coming out to the show. What's up to LeMay, I think, or Emai? I never know what to say. 8337. What's up? And Ichthus, hey, what's up, dude? Let me show y'all's comments and see what's up. And then once I finish my point, I'll get to what Code Ninja is saying. But then what was I saying? Yeah, everyone is basically a captain in their respective thing of what they're doing. And so we all have that captain's ego where I'm the big dog, I'm the one who controls my thing. And that's what I was saying. The reason I haven't joined up with any like collective or coalition of other artists, or tried to get into some group or whatever, is because I know there's going to be a clash of ideals. Because like people have said, hey, why don't you join up with Young Wavy and do like the monthly shonen thing, or go with Coffee and do Coffee Originals, that kind of thing. And I'm just like, I already know that there's going to be a clash of ideals or a clash in the way we do things. And so there's no I never saw like a good outcome from going and joining those things. I already know that, one, my ego won't allow it. I'm like, bro, I'm doing my own thing, I'm doing my thing. I don't need to follow anyone else's orders. Like, I'm the captain of my ship, that kind of thing. And so they have the same mentality. It's like they're the captain of their ship. And since Young Wavy is, um, he's gotten some accolades in Japan, and he's done like he has really solid like artwork. He'd feel some type of way if, uh, he's talking with Coffee, and then he has a different idea about the way things should be done, and Wavy is just like, I don't want to do things that way, and that kind of thing. Um, so it's just everyone has their own idea of how things should be done, and so I don't usually foresee um, these coalitions or alliances lasting very long, because everyone's a captain. Like it'd be like putting Captain like Eustace Kid and Law together, and they're just fighting, bickering all the time, and they can't agree on how things should be done. So it's the same even with like legitimate high tier professionals in the comics industry, where let me hit this, where there's been like, what do you call it, people in a Discord group talking shit about Scott Snyder and his absolute universe, while at the same time wanting to join the universe so that they can get so that they can get paid from making their mark in doing the absolute Batman or absolute universe. They want a piece of the pie, but they also are shitting on the creator of it. So this is like grown professionals who are doing the same thing, and it's just like, dang, man, like what are we trying to do here in the comics industry? I don't really know. I always thought it would be more more professional, or I thought it would be more clinically on point, like it is in Japan, where everybody is like, I'm putting my life on the line to make these comics, man. I'm trying to do my best. But it's not really like that. It doesn't feel like that a lot of the time. And the thing is, like, a lot of creators will tell me like crazy stuff about what they think about other creators, and they'll tell me like, oh yeah, fuck that guy, I hate that guy. I was just like, whoa, I thought you guys were best friends. I thought you guys were coworkers. And it's just like, no, man, that guy's always like doing me wrong, or he's always late or whatever. I don't like him. And they'll tell me that, and those secrets die with me, dude. Like they don't leak out. They don't. I don't tell anybody like what that person is really thinking, because it's not anyone else's business. It was relayed to me because that person trusted me. So if I were to just go around, start blackmailing people, or start saying stuff, or posting things, posting conversations, or posting private stuff, it's like one, it's a betrayal of trust that in the world of professionalism, in the world of man, is completely looked down upon. Like if you become that person that is untrustworthy and you start posting stuff like that, people will look at you like, okay, all right, I see how you're moving. And they won't even like tell you to your face. They'll just know that's the type of person that you are. So it just becomes a messy type of situation, because I've had my best friend in the entire world in the past. He did the same thing to me, where we had conversations in like throughout our texts and that kind of thing, and he would try to show those texts to the other friends in our friend group, to try to get me like ostracized from the group. But the thing is, I never said anything bad about anyone else. I never said anything bad about him. In fact, everything that we texted about when things were like really contentious towards the end of the relationship, towards the end of the friendship, everything that we said that was really contentious, I always kept it in a professional tone, and always stuck to talking about the addressing the issue rather than attacking his person or calling, doing name calling or anything like that. And so when he showed those texts to the other friends, they were like, Ken has a point, or he isn't saying anything wrong. It's actually, it backfired on him because I was keeping it professional in the comments thread. It was him that was losing points by showing like, hey, this is what he said, look at it, guys, look at it. They were like reading it, they were like, yeah, he didn't really say anything wrong. And then they would come back to me and tell me like, hey, this person, or like, you know, your friend just told us this. And eventually like they shut him out. So it's like that kind of behavior will backfire on you. Showing that kind of information or posting that kind of stuff, if the person that you're going after has a certain reputation, or like, no matter what the reputation of the person you're going after is, it always reflects badly on you. So other professionals will look at that and just be like, yeah, we can't, it's gonna be hard to overlook that, unless Wavy like takes down his video, if he wants to try to, I guess, rebuild the bridge or something, or at least just not make it as bad as it seems right now. But it's a really, really hard thing to earn trust back once you've broken it in such a public way. Like, it's really, really hard to do that. So let me read the stuff in the comments before it explodes. Code Ninja, just about to ask about that. Coffee is tweaking. Dude has been on one forever. Yeah, that guy is always crashing out. But it's funny to watch his crash outs. Young Wavy had to share those recipes because Coffee was being deceitful. If he didn't, Coffee would have kept spreading lies. Coffee literally comment on that video saying he admitted to it, but he will never make a video outright apologizing to Wavy. It shows his character. True. So you say Wavy is wrong for that when Coffee is literally slandering him and calling him a retarded thumbnail. You want to control the way Wavy produces his own magazine. Venture Lord, yes, yep, this makes a lot of sense. Your pirate metaphor is really good. Yeah, that's kind of how it is in the industry. Ether says, I'm doing homework. Oh yeah, he's doing something else. Oh, Nuxudi. I don't think I've seen you before in the comments. Welcome. I literally heard about this thing today. I'm really confused what is going on about this bickering. Yeah, I'm confused what's going on because it didn't seem like it was over anything that deep, but it might be just a disagreement in the way that they run their businesses behind the scenes. So it's probably deeper than what we're seeing. Let's see. Victor says, that's awesome, man. What kind of marketing are you leaning towards? I think that's for something else. Japanese creator seems much less petty. I think it's a good policy to just stay focused and in your own zone. Yeah, absolutely. Like, because it almost affects the quality of the work, and getting into unnecessary like emotional battles gets you it's like it distracts you. Like, if you're dealing with like business partners, or if you're dealing with like avoidable things in your business, then it distracts you from creating the work the way you need it to. Let's see. You learn how to market my web novel. Okay. Code Ninja says, long story short, lashed out. Yeah, basically. Damn, Ken, you could turn into a drama title. I really don't want to, and I'm not. Yeah, I'm just gonna stay out of that, because jumping in when you're not involved is pointless. So, like, I've had disagreements before, or I've had like issues with coffee before, but we sorted them out. Like we have definitely like talked it out, like not only behind the scenes but on like publicly as well, so that the air was cleared. Coffee is never like revealed anything behind the scenes, so that's the thing that he knows, that like a line that you don't cross, because people will see like, okay, yeah, this guy, even though he disagrees, he's not gonna publicly like put people on blast by like exposing private conversations and that kind of thing. So I'm just like, yeah, yeah, this is a mess. uh all you can say is my anonymous source says this blank. Yeah, basically. um Bro got banished into the shadow realm, trying to yeet you out of your own group. Yeah, 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 dude, it was a mess. But I read this book called the nature of no the laws of human nature by Robert Greene, and that taught me like how to understand what was going on, because he covered so many specific cases in that book, that it taught me how to deal with what was happening between me and my friend, where he covered this case with Mary Shelley, where Mary Shelley's best friend in the world, was like Mary Shelley went away and then came back, and nobody would talk to her. Her friends had ditched her. Like, for some reason, she was being ostracized from her friend group, and she was wondering why, and she didn't understand. Uh, and then she realized that it was all coming from her friend, who was spreading rumors and lies about her, and trying to get her ostracized from the group. Once she was able to clear her name, she just cut off all contact with that friend, never talked to her again. And this was after she lost her husband and whatnot. And this was a friend that she was able to communicate with, because she lost her husband and her friend also lost her husband. So after that betrayal, she just cut it off and never spoke to her again. And the Laws of Human Nature, the book, would give you like tips on what to do in case something like that happens to you. So I actually learned a lot about how to handle my own situation by reading that book. So that was good reading. And what's up, X Monkey Skulls? I've never seen you here before, so welcome to the show, man. Appreciate you coming out. Rixa, Jesus Christ, Rixarosaur 6392. The gatekeeping and harassment from some pros in this community is insane. It's wild how toxic the scene can get sometimes. I don't even know how or why, man. I think it's because everyone's like an introvert, and that doesn't excuse it. Like they're introverts, but I don't know. Like I just don't know, man. Like introverts, and we feel very highly. So like I guess we're all just sensitive by nature. So we all feel very highly about the work that we're creating. Like we feel very connected to the work that we're creating. So when somebody is feeling some type of way about something, instead of like confronting the person over it or talking to them directly, they'll just do, you know, other things instead. You know what I mean? Like, and also it's a different thing where it's hard because most of us aren't in proximity of each other. So Coffee, he's all the way in South Africa. That's not somewhere you could just take a drive over to, you know what I mean? Like everyone in this industry is far away from each other. Though I actually live close to a lot of high tier professionals, but most people in the industry are like far away from each other, so they usually never have to really deal with the consequences of the fights that they make online, because like the only time you might have to deal with that is at like a comic convention, but for the most part it's not like dealt with entirely. So it's just a big mess sometimes, man. It is what it is. Okay. Noxudi says, I've been to the channel before. I haven't commented much, but hey man, what's up? Appreciate it. It's been pretty good over here. LeMay says it was a trademark and mission statement. It was over trademark. Oh, trademark and mission statement. I have to agree with Coffee. If he made a word and that it and what it means, why are you using it if you don't believe it? Okay. Bro, Coffee is a locale. I've always seen that term online, but I don't actually know what it means. I think from what I'm guessing, it means like like you have overblown reactions for attention or clicks or something, and that's what I'm guessing. The term was meant widely used by American comic artists to inspired to create manga, yet he wanted to control who used it. Kind of defeats the purpose. Oh, well, for mana, yeah, I think people use like they use mana. They want. He doesn't even live in America. That's the thing. Like he lives over in South Africa trying to create an American term for American manga. It's a whole mess. But like we have so many different words for what they're trying to use mana for, like American manga, Amerimanga, OEL, which is original English language manga, or manga inspired comics. Like there's no term that encompasses all of it. So I think that's what they're trying to do is create a term that encompasses all of it. And not everyone, like there was American manga before the mana movement, so it's just kind of a different thing. Yeah. Code Ninja, at the end of the day, Coffee's work is extremely amateur compared to the manga on Barnes and Noble shelves, and that's part of why they're focused more on, and this is what I'm focused on as well, is creating your own audience who enjoys exactly what you do specifically, rather than trying to cater or try to grab the audience of people who like the most popular things, like JJK or that kind of thing. It's like that is Young Wavy's goal. He's trying to use mana to get absorbed into Kodansha and that company, and getting absorbed in that would allow American works a chance to get the same like deals that manga gets over in Japan. Like if they were able to create enough of a wave to get absorbed into Kodansha, it would turn into like, okay, now we got to create things that have more of a corporate bias to because when you're taking money, or when you're getting money from a bigger entity of a business, then you kind of have to create based on their desires, their whims, and what they think will sell. And so if they get absorbed into that, they have to be more beholden to what Kodansha wants to sell, what they want to publish. And I think maybe that's where the disconnect with Coffee is, where he just wants to focus on what Seiji is on about, where they're focused more on making things that are for their specific audience, for their specific group that their group would fuck with, rather than trying to cater to what Coffee would call like the zombies and the hunchbacks and all that stuff, rather than trying to cater to the mass market, which wants the JJKs, more the My Hero Academia. They want more of that stuff, rather than something like Bloody Hell or what's it called? Holy Ark. Like Holy Ark is very niche, but it's high quality enough in art to where it can get Japanese recognition. And because Young Wavy sees that it can get Japanese recognition, he wants to, you know, slide over to that side as well. So that is probably what caused the main rift there. Let's see. Go Ninja says he made up the word. He can say what it means. That's true. Just make up your own word. What word is there though for manga in America? There's so many different words that there's no like one banner that like manga is manga, right? And then American comics is American comics. But when you think of American comics, indie comics is like a subsection of that. Indie manga is a subsection of that, and it doesn't quite fit into comics as what we generally know comics as, where comics would be like Batman, DC, Marvel, and then some Image comics or like stuff like Invincible. That's American comics. Whereas what I'm making, which took me a while to figure out, like, what am I making? Which is I'm making web comics, where I'm just making stuff that I put I just post to the web or post to its own website, and then just generate a living from doing that. People have been doing that for decades, for years. So that is what I'm trying to do as well. But I'm not in the mana movement or the American manga movement because my stuff is not in like black and white. I'm trying to make web comics specifically. Let's see. He says if he is reaching for the greatest, that is the standard, and he's nowhere near that yet. Claims this see as some judge over other indie artists. That is partially true because his art isn't quite there yet, but he does produce at a really impressive rate, so he's able to make a lot. I mean, he is a creator. Why use the term for someone you don't like or believe in? That's fair. That's the thing. Coffee reached out to Wavy first. Wavy is leagues better and is actually making moves towards what Coffee aspires to. No one will work with Wavy the way he runs his mouth. No one will work with Jesus Christ. Okay, Wavy literally share audio of him to include Bloody Ellen to the magazine. Wavy didn't ask him. I just see indies falling into the same mess as the mainstream pros they admonish. Yeah. Because mainstream pros do this. Comics Gate fell apart because of this. Anywhere there's like a potential to make money, or anywhere there already is money flowing, usually crashes by people's like conflicting ideals for how things should be. Comic Ken burning British. Shut up! I'm not burning nothing. Wavy has published work by real publishers, is working multiple professional Japanese editors. Copy has 1K subs and a loud mouth. No one's looking for his work. It's actually ridiculous that people take him serious. Man, we got the #1 coffee hater in the in the chat. It's funny how comic nerds will turn on other comic nerds before standing up to an actual bully. Yeah, I don't know what the actual bully is in comics, because everyone does a good job of bullying each other. So kamikaze, no. Kamikaze. Oh, Jesus Christ. I totally agree. Being from Argentina, I see these dramas as both entertaining and depressing at the same time. It's hard to watch from the sidelines when you're actually part of the indie scene. Yeah, it's it's something you can't really like look away from, because it helps me, like, looking at it helps me understand human nature a little bit more, where I see these things playing out and I see these things going on, and I'm just like, okay, now I understand a little bit more about people and how to proceed forward in comics. Because at the start of me trying to get into posting online more about my work and my stuff, I was really scared of people. I was like, man, I've heard so many bad things about most people in the industry that I don't even want to get involved in this thing, because who's like actually a friend, and who is actually trustworthy, who is somebody who's going to try to like get you canceled or get your career destroyed. Like who are you able to trust, and who are you not able to trust? And it's really hard to figure out. It was really hard for me to figure it out when I was just getting into things, because it's like, okay, I know I can trust me, but the main people that I've learned to trust in general is just people who live near me, or who I can meet outside, um, or see at a convention. Like those are the people who I trust the most, because they are close by. Um, like we see each other, and we can talk to each other in person. And so online, I never talk bad to people, or talk some shit that I know I can't back up or whatever, because it just reflects badly on you as a person, or it creates tension where there doesn't need to be tension. So that is one of those things where you have to be careful with what you say online, because I always see it as like an emotional distraction. I know I'll be thinking about it all day if I got into a beef with somebody and it turned out to be like over nothing. Like I would just be like, oh man, why did I say that? Or what's going on with this? Or like I'd just be thinking about it all day. Um so it's just about like navigating your career and that kind of thing, and trying to find like the right balance. Noxudi says, I don't know, Mangarica, no, Mangarica, definitely not Mangarica. What the, uh, Code Ninja says, that's what I'm saying. Copy wants to shoot for less because he ruffles to improve. You just said it perfectly. Holy Art is niche, but just like Buddy Hell, but Wavy is skilled enough to get noticed. Skilled enough to get noticed in Japan for sure. But there's a big difference between like actual skill in like your abilities, and like social skill, but like being able to talk between parties, negotiate with people, and navigate your career in a way that doesn't like burn bridges or explode on people. You know what I mean? Um, those are two different types of skills, and they say you can only have 2 out of 3 in comics. So like you can be good, fast, or nice. If you're good, or no, good, fast, yeah, good, fast, or nice. So you can be good and nice, but not very fast, or you can be good and what is it, like good at drawing, basically good at drawing, and nice, or good and fast, but not very nice. So it's like there's different combinations of those two uh skills. Let me see if I can pull that up somewhere. 1 second. Let me see. Good, fast, nice ratio. It's an old comic saying, like where you can have. Wait. Oh, it's good, fast, and cheap. Oh, let me show you guys. At the stage. Okay, y'all can see it. Yeah, good, fast, and cheap. So if you're good and fast, you won't be cheap. If you're good and cheap, you won't be fast. But yeah, it's a ratio between the qualities of like people you'll be dealing with. Let me see what else we got. You're simply villainizing Wavy because Wavy is better and can actually do what copy originally set out to do. LOL. The thing about manga is it's comic with Japanese culture, and their style of art and comic is the same, but for the American side. So I'm kind of confused if there needs to be a label for American mangas. Um, the label just helps find a market and sell the books. Like when you look at a manga, like okay, this is a manga, and it has a package, it has a specific, this is what it is. Like, okay, I know what this is, I can buy it, it's easy to buy. um when you look at a comic book, this is a comic book, and you're like, okay, yeah, I know what a comic book is, this is what we get. We have certain expectations when we come to a comic book. A comic book is going to be colored, it's going to be kind of like full rendered art, it's gonna have like a team behind it, and it's gonna have like monthly issues, that kind of thing. So that's what we expect from comics. And then this is what we expect from manga. But then when we look at American manga, especially on the indie side, it's like it comes with certain expectations, but they're not really well defined. Like the quality range of American manga varies, especially on the indie side. It varies from like top tier art, top tier stuff, like top tier story, to like bottom tier nothing and whatnot. And that's the same thing with like webcomics as well, because there's no barrier to entry, and there's no barrier to entry for uh like mana or like American manga as well. Like you don't have to make American manga under the mana movement, but the barrier to entry is basically Wavy or Coffee, like especially when they were together before. That would be the barrier to entry, is like they're deciding like what the mana movement is. And I think they were battling for control over defining that term, so that maybe they could be the gatekeepers. I don't know, because having that term or defining it as something, they're trying to set themselves apart from what they would consider like slop in this day and age. So they're trying to create something that's of a certain quality, and they don't want that quality to be diluted by other ideas of what it's supposed to be. Let me see. I don't hate Coffee. It's just clear to me he gave up on improving, is running on fumes, and is now bitter and lashing out. No one believes that they will achieve what he wants to do and what he's doing. I remember calling Coffee the Andrew Tate of indie comics. Instead of denying it, he actually bragged about it. He claimed they were right. Yeah, that's crazy. Anime Can Mag Comics. Poppy Greek, are you even trying, dude? Anime Can Mag? No, dude. Or American Mag Comics? No, man. You can be good, fast, or nice. Copy is neither good. It's definitely not nice. So what is Wavy sacrificing in his career by letting go of a guy who isn't even professional or respected? I hate American manga space due to how toxic it is. Yeah, man, it can be really toxic sometimes, dude. Lamai says, keep doing your own things. Your fan isn't going to be the same as someone else's fans. Yeah, absolutely. A manga. It's simple, but what if I'm talking about a manga? You know what I mean? Like that's gonna be kind of hard to square away. But yeah, the way I look at it is just focus on doing what you can do specifically, and don't try to like copy trends necessarily, or try to figure out like what is it that you are uniquely gifted at, what are you uniquely focused on, and find the audience that likes what you're doing that they can't get anywhere else. I made a video about this recently. American manga, yeah, I said that before. Code Ninja, like Amerimanga is a good name for it, and I think I've seen that like tried to be used somewhere, but nobody it didn't catch on. Like I think they tried to use that like way back in the day, but um that term didn't catch on. Uh but yeah, I did a video about this recently where like you want to find that thing that only you can do that other people aren't able to do. Like One Piece is the biggest manga in the world, and it just recently surpassed Superman in sales and is now the #1 top selling just comic book in the entire world. And that's off of the skill and hard work of one single guy creating his work for the last 27 years. But nobody in this lifetime is gonna catch up to him. Like he would have to be dead before anyone would even have a hope of a chance of a prayer of catching up to him. You have to be born different to create something like One Piece, or to even be able to create as much content as the creator of One Piece has created. And people say it's really long, but they haven't even read all of Detective Conan or Hajime no Ippo, which are both still ongoing series. So yeah, there's a bunch of like long runners in Japan that have that gene that just gives them the ability to create long running works. But what's the word? It takes a special kind of person to be able to create that. I was gonna say on that note that you don't have to try to beat Oda. That was one of my like childhood dreams, was like, oh, I'm gonna beat Eiichiro Oda. I see his work, I'm gonna do something better. And that was just a foolish dream. I was like that one character Ramot from Hunter x Hunter, where he was just like, oh, I have enough power to be king now. And then Neferpito was born, and he was just like, yeah, that was a foolish dream. I'm just gonna be me. You know what I mean? And that's what artists should aspire to do, is like, there's so many things that you as an artist right now are aware of and can do that Eiichiro Oda can't do, and people can't that people don't like about his work. So it's like I look at the work of Tsutomu Nihei, who creates Blame, and well, I say it as Blame. Most people say it as Blom, but I'm like, I like the way I read it. Blame, Tower Dungeon, and like Knights of Sidonia. And Oda can't make what he's making. Like he just doesn't have the mind to create the same type of thing that he's creating. It takes a special kind of mind to be able to think or conceive of doing that stuff. And so he has an advantage in that specific case, because he's not Oda, he's doing his own thing. And you can only get something like that from that creator. So you want to focus as much as you can on what you're specifically capable of and create an audience around that, because there are other creators who are making millions, well, not millions, but they're making a really good living off of creations that aren't like art that isn't even close to isn't even close to JJK level and stuff. Kingslayer, yeah, you're gonna have to go back a little earlier in the video, man, because I did a whole talk about that, pretty deep too. So yeah, Code Ninja says also gaijinga is a distinctive word from manga, so it stands alone but means the same. Dude, that's actually a pretty good word. That's kind of cool too, because gaijin in Japanese means like outsider, so it could be really widely applicable. It could be really like applicable to any countries' manga, and that would include America's manga. So gaijinga, like, I just don't know if that term would catch on in America, just because it's a little like hard to say, but it looks cool like in writing. It's just yeah, people would be like, gaijinga, just call it American manga or something, you know. But we're trying to come up with that snappy word that's like easy to say, and that kind of thing. Hey, what's up? Hiroda Yoshi, man. I always say your name as Yoshi Hiroda. What's up, man? Appreciate it. Appreciate you coming to the stream, dude. And what's up, Silence Draws? How you doing, man? Appreciate you checking out the stream. Stream's going really well, man. Like, I just saw it hit like 20 people in the stream, so I was just like, wow, this is the biggest numbers we've had so far. So that's really cool. Yeah, we're just working right now. I haven't gone to any type of job or anything in the past few weeks. Yeah, the past few weeks. Like, I've just been working on some colors for a DC book that's coming out, and finishing up the rest of Saintly Chapter 1. So right now I am just working on the rest of Air Rider Chapter 3, because there was just so many pages lying around that I never ever posted online, and it's just sitting there waiting to be completed. So I'm like, all right, well, let me knock this out and see if I can get the colors on there and do all that stuff and make it post it up. So yeah, I'm working on this page right now. I don't even know what page this is, to be honest. In the sequence of things, it might be page 30 something, but yeah. Let me check out the comment, because I got a good comment. Silence says the community is only going to grow, brother. Keep that grind up. Appreciate it, man. Yeah, that's what I'm focused on. That's what I'm trying to do. Monkey dude, or Monkey D-Ude 2424. Yeah, that's a good question. He says, how'd you get the gig at DC? Through a friend, dude. It's like, it's one of those unspoken things in comics, is that knowing people will help you get specific positions in comics. I wonder if I can like actually say what the gig is, but the book hasn't been released. But I'm not under any NDA, because I kind of came in doing that work on a what's the word? On a fill-in basis, where it was like they needed help on the work to get it out before the deadline. So I just came in. It was just some coloring. I did coloring on a book with a friend that I met a long time ago, and if I tell you the name, like you'll just piece it together. But yeah, it's like, once you meet certain people in the industry and you show them that you have a, what's the word? Show them that you have a work ethic in making comics, that you actually are dedicated to making a living at, well, not making a living at it, but making good comics. Once you show them, like, yeah, this is what I'm made of, like, this is what I want to do, and you talk to the right person, like, if you're looking for a mentor, you can, and you're serious about it, they will take you under their wing and teach you everything you want to know. And if you develop multiple skills, like the skills that are needed to be a webcomic artist involve everything that it takes to make a comic. Like, just, oh, I'm drawing right now, but just doing what I'm drawing like right now, this is me doing all the parts of the process. I'm penciling, inking, coloring, and lettering this, and that requires that's doing everything that the job of comics requires. And then eventually I'll sell it. So if you're good at any one part of the comics process and you can do it on a professional level. I also went to the Kubert School to learn the professional way to do these things. If you're a professional level at any one of those things, you can help out whoever you decide for your mentor to be. You can help them out in whatever they're working on, and they'll give you a lot of work because they know you. Like once you've broken that knowledge barrier of like, this is who I am and I know you, like they know you, they'll hire you for specific jobs or specific work just because they know you and they like you. If you're a likable person, you know what I mean? Like if you're likable, then people will be like, hey, this guy is likable, at least he's reliable. Let me hire him for some work. And that's how I got the DC job, is just by knowing like the connections of people who I knew. And that was from taking the opportunity to meet them years and years ago, and like step out of my comfort zone a little bit just to meet somebody new. And so that turned into the opportunity that I got to work at DC. It also helped me get published in Image Comics way like years ago, like back in 2018. But it was just a small anthology comic, and it was just a little coloring gig that I did. So I'm published as a colorist in that anthology, and I'm published as a colorist for Boom Studios as well. But I don't want to be a colorist in the industry. Like I don't want to get branded as that, because then that becomes the only job that you're known for, and that people are like, oh yeah, he's a good colorist, get him, hire him for that. And it's just like, nigga, I don't want to be a colorist. I'm trying to be me. Like I'm trying to create the thing I'm making, which is like, well, Air Rider currently, but also Saintly. So if you become known for, like, once Saintly is completed as a graphic novel, then that work becomes your calling card in the industry, and people will be like, oh, I know him by what he's creating, or I know him by his YouTube channel, I know him by this or that, and it becomes your thing. Like it becomes what people know you by. So they'll hire you for your writing expertise or your drawing expertise, because you made something that people recognize. So there's that. Dale, he asks, Ken, have you looked into what size of reader audience is needed for a webcomic to be able to sell physical collections of the webcomic? No, but the thing is, like, you don't have to have like a huge readership to sell any amount of physical copies. Like if you have even 100 people, you can get maybe 10 or maybe one of them to look at to buy your book. Or you could do a small print run and take it to a show and try to get people to buy it over at the show. Like it doesn't matter how many followers you have online, but the general rule is that followers across all your social media accounts would account for about 1%, 1 to 2% of your total amount of buyers. So I have about 2,000 subscribers on YouTube. So 2% of those buyers would be interested in buying Saintly or buying Air Rider. And that would be around 20 people. You know what I mean? So for your email list, that goes up. If you get people on your email list, that goes up by I guess 36%. Either they're 36% more likely to see it, or 15% more likely to buy what you're putting out there. So that is more or less how that works. Absolute Green Lantern. No, dude, it's definitely not that. I wonder if anyone saw the Lanterns trailer on YouTube, because that was, I was waiting for some green, dude. I was waiting for green on YouTube. What was it? Animation series. Yo, I'm making a comic myself. I posted on my YouTube. Good job, dude. Appreciate you coming out. Ichthus says, how many pages is Saintly? Right now, the first chapter is 31 pages. So that is 31 pages. Yeah, 31 pages, and then the rest of the book will be around 280, not 80, 260 pages for the full book. And why are y'all spamming my chat with 2%? Says chat type 2%. Jesus Christ. Code Ninja says, where can I share my character design? I want to know your thoughts. Is the link in the, can you post any links in the chat here? If you can, just post a link there, and I'll check it out. I'll just go over to another window. Have you worked with another writer on a webtoon? Another writer? No. I've worked with Julius Freeman, who created Ghetto Dragon, and I did a couple of covers for his comic book. But I've never drawn out the writing of another creator. I've had some opportunities to do so in the past, but they didn't go through for whatever reason. So that was that situation. I've never worked with another writer on an actual webtoon. Yeah, I haven't done that before. I freeze framed the video. Ken showed coloring, figured out the characters. There's no way. I showed it for like 2 seconds. There's no way. if you can guess that, I'll give you $10, but don't, because I don't have $10. But if you can guess it, I won't confirm or deny whatever you guess. So guess away, man. Hiroda Yoshi says, do you think it's better to sell individual chapters or collect them into a volume? Those are just two different selling philosophies. Like, there's two ways to go about doing that, where if it takes you a while to make a full issue, then it would be better to sell that full issue and do a full run, like on Kickstarter for 30 days and sell that out there. But if your book takes a shorter time to make, then it'd be better to sell it as a book. But it's going to be a lot bigger and have a lot more pages to sell. So selling it as an issue, as a separate issue, is a lot easier when it's the first one. When it's the first issue, it's super easy to sell it because everyone is like, oh, this is the first one, let me jump in on that. But it's a lot harder to sell the second one, and it's even harder to sell the third, unless you lump in the first two for that. And if you're trying to sell, it's like, if you're running a really, like, if you're running your business if you're running your comic business like a business, then you would want to be doing like a campaign every quarter. Like every 3 months, you want to be doing like a campaign for your comic where you have a product produced and you're selling it, you're making it, you're posting it for people to buy. If you're, what's the word? If you're creating on a, like, if you're creating an issue per month, then you don't want to run like a Kickstarter every single month for that. That would be exhausting. You probably would do like a pre-order thing for a website and just do like a little small campaign that isn't a Kickstarter for the for like the website drop or something like that. But a Kickstarter itself is exhausting. Like if you're doing that every month, that would be exhausting and it's not sustainable. But if you're doing one every quarter, like every 3 months, then that's more sustainable. And it's also what Brian Pulido does for his comics. So it's it really depends on what what your business model is. Like, are you a webcomic artist? Are you a artist who's working with a writer? Are you doing indie comics where you're the writer and the artist, and you have other people who help you do the coloring or the inking, that kind of thing? Like, it really depends on who, like, what you are and your rates of production. Because you can also just use money from your job to self-fund a little print run to sell at conventions. But it really depends on like how you want to sell and how often you want to sell to your audience. Let's see. I think you need a wrench for that. Try to figure it out too. Now, what is an issue in page numbers? I think of chapters as 15 to 50 pages. That's how it is in like 15 would be a little bit on the low end. Like, that would be really low if you're trying to sell on Kickstarter or something like that. That would be really low for a print run. 50 is more what like indie comics shoots for when they're doing a campaign, because it gives the readers enough content to hold them. Like, okay, I feel good investing in 50 pages of content, and I don't even like using that word for art, but it's like I feel good investing in 50 pages rather than 15. And 15 is more like a manga chapter. Like Dragon Ball chapters, if you count the pages out, are usually 15 pages, which is probably the lowest amount that Shonen Jump would accept at that time, probably. But yeah, I would say in terms of an issue, if you count out the pages in an issue of Invincible, they're usually 20 pages. And that's a monthly comic. So it's a monthly comic to do 20 pages per month. 50 pages would be one shot in Japan territory, where you're doing 50 whole pages. That's a lot of material. And if you're trying to get published in Japan, that is more ideal, but it's not 100% necessary to do that much work for each issue. If you're doing a webcomic, it doesn't matter how many pages are in each issue. I've seen people do 180 pages per chapter, and that's from Unsounded. Like, you can do as many chapters or as many pages in each chapter as you want if you're doing a webcomic. That doesn't have like a real deadline. Code Ninja says it's a bit work to add this to Imgur and replace the emojis with / A-A. Yeah, I can't. It's weird because I can't click on that or put that anywhere. Rick Sarazor, in your experience, what do publishers prioritize most when scouting new talent? Technical art skills, a large social media following, or the ability to deliver high quality work under tight deadlines? That's a good question. A really good question. In your experience, what do publishers prioritize most when scouting new talent? So different publishers will, well, for the most part, publishers will prioritize like technical art skills that can be done on tight deadlines. So if you're a colorist, or you're an inker, or you're a penciler, and you specialize in any of those skills, it's usually a writer that will reach out to you first if they're working with a publisher, and their editor will be seeking you out for the art that you're producing. And if you have a big following on social media, it's just a bonus if they want to get you, but it's like, it's not necessary. It'll make it easier to find you if you have a big following, but it's not necessary. What's necessary is that you're easy to work with, and that like the people that you've worked with in the past can vouch for your skill, and that you put that skill on display in your portfolio online. But it's mostly about the people you know. That's how I've gotten my jobs in comics. Like publishers, but it's more agents that look at how many followers you have. Like agents are looking at, oh, do you have at least 50,000 followers? Then we're gonna get you in our agency so that we could, make money off you. You know what I mean? So that is one of the best ways to do that. Nick Stream says, yeah. Send it to my email. Let me put that in the chat. Let me write it. Okay, I'm gonna stop at the 2-hour mark, but this has been really fun, guys. Got about 20 minutes left. Kendros369 at Gmail. There we go. And that should post there in a little bit. Popping Rico says, do you think comics would work in a vending machine? They could make that work in Japan, but I don't know. I think it's just no, it wouldn't work as well in a vending machine because people like to reach for the comic and then flip through it. But if it's just in a vending machine, you'd have to take a gamble on just the physical cover of the book. And people don't want to take that gamble when they're spending money. They want to be able to flip through and see like, is this something I want to spend $4 or $5 on? Dale says, yeah, the old rule for comic crowdfunding was 48 pages minimum in color for $25. Yeah, that's a good solid rule. Noxudi says, I don't usually read comics, but are they weekly like manga? And are the like 20 pages per chapter? Are they like 20 pages per chapter, or do they vary? Because I've seen manga have monthly chapters, and sometimes they're like 13. There's like 13 pages. I haven't seen 13 pages in manga. So in manga, they'll have weekly magazines, they'll have bi-monthly magazines, and they'll have monthly magazines where there's comics that publish every week, which are usually 15 to 20 pages or more sometimes. There's manga that publish every month, and those are usually 45 plus pages. That's every month. And then every couple of weeks, I don't know how many pages those usually have. Maybe 30 to 40. It could be somewhere in between, but I'm not quite sure how much those are. And then in American comics, the comics are usually monthly, and that is about 20 pages per month. So 20 pages of content per month from American comics with a full team behind it who's writing, drawing, and coloring it. And then if you're doing like webcomics, usually webcomics are hosted on their own website where the comics are posted like 1 or 2 pages or 3 pages every week. They can even be like up to 4 pages per week if you're being like extreme. And then webtoons is a whole different thing. I don't know how many panels they post on those things. They're insane. But yeah, it's a different matter with them. Yoshihiro says, so volumes bundled chapters are better to sell than chapters individually for a webcomic artist. Got it. Thanks. Bundled chapters, volumes. Yeah, usually that's the better bet because people feel like they're getting more for their money when you sell it like that. That's how my friend did it, and she made over $1 million doing her webcomic, and all she did was bundle up her chapters, which were just separate panels, and made a whole book out of it. So yeah, you can definitely do it that way and still make good money doing it. Let's see. Yoshi says, as physical books. Yeah, send it to my email. Would having industry pros following on social media help gain interest of agents to hire you? No. Because it doesn't really, like, a follower almost doesn't matter. Like the art the artist might like your work, but if they don't know you as a person, if they don't know you as a person, or they've never met you, or they can't vouch for your character, then it doesn't really matter to agents who or editors who want to hire you. They're just like, okay, cool. You know what I mean? Like, I'll follow artists, but it doesn't really matter who I follow, because that person might follow you one day because they liked your art, and they just don't, but they're not on social media a lot, so they don't really have a chance to interact with you a lot. So that's one of those things. Like, an industry pro following you is basically like no different from a regular person following you, unless you can try to build some type of relationship with that industry pro through their DMs or something like that. But you have to find, there's a way to do it to where it's not intrusive. Like, you want to talk to them on their, so like, you don't want to go straight to their DMs, and like, the worst thing you can do is go straight to their DMs and then say like, hey, look at my comic, read my comic, and post me and get me published. You know what I mean? That's the worst thing you can do. The best way to do it is post consistently on their posts on social media, and engage in the conversations that they're having on social media, and see if there's any type of need that they have. When they talk about something that they need, be ready to offer your services in one way or another, so that you so that while you're paying attention to that creator, that industry pro, if they say like, oh man, I really wish I had an artist or a letterer or a colorist or something on this project, then that's when you can hit their DMs and be like, oh hey, I see, like, they'll already be warmed up to you by you talking to them on their social, like in the public forum, and then you can go to their DM space and be like, hey, I saw that you needed this and that for for your latest comic book. I can do this and that for you. And that is a way to build a relationship with them, and especially if they live in your same state or same area, that's like a no-brainer for them. Like, you can visit them very often. But yeah, that's kind of how relationships are built and start on social media. Okay, Nox Studio says sometimes they split. They are like 13 pages this month because the artist couldn't get the chapter done, so they split it into 2 months. Oh yeah, that could be an issue sometimes. Nick Stream says a comic book vending machine would sell like Labubu's if there's a first issue to resell. Yeah, probably a first issue of something that's really well known, like first issue of like Wolverine or something like that. Okay, just emailed it. All right, let me check this out. I'm gonna move this for a second, and then all right, let's see. Just so I don't accidentally dox Mr. Code Ninja, let me go to my email. Oh, man. Okay. Yeah, let me dox this guy. Okay, it's protagonist, character for my revisionist. Okay, let me make sure the name isn't showing anywhere. And make sure this is safe to show. I'm gonna erase. Can I erase that? Darn it, I can't. Okay, I'll just read. Well, let me see. It's the protagonist character for revisionist Civil War fantasy manga. Been cooking for a solid 2 years, working on my writing skills. That's dope. This story is not my main magnum opus, but it's one of a dozen short stories I've made to improve my writing skills. I'd love to get your thoughts. Okay, good. This is solid. All right, so let me make sure it won't dox, and then okay. I was like, you can show it, I don't mind. Okay, cool. But yeah, this is the character, man. And yeah, dude, you're cooking, man. Like, this is a really solid character design. it looks like the first thing it reminds me of is Akira. Like it reminds me of that of Kaneda. I think that's like one of his poses from Akira, or it's something from. It reminds me of what's it called? Short piece, or just Katsuhiro Otomo's like art style. Like it's got a very distinct look to it. And if the rest of your art, like the backgrounds that you draw and all that stuff, like are able to match this, then that would be dope to see, man. Like this is really strong character design, and um like you would just have to be like aware that you're gonna be drawing this a lot. Like you're gonna be drawing this same guy a lot. So it would be good to like you're gonna have to a lot of like details to draw a lot, but if you have the shortcuts for it, then you should be good. And he has a good silhouette. Like he has the knot in his like on his arm, on his jacket. And you're saying it's a Civil War revisionist manga. That's a solid, what's the word? That's a solid like idea. So people, like if you're the audience that you're looking for, like maybe there would be, I don't know, Civil War reaction, not reaction, but what is the word, like people who reenact the Civil War, like maybe they would be into this, or people who like war type manga, they would be into this as well. But this is just a really solid art style, man. Yeah, I'd like to see more from this. Like his shoes remind me of Trunks from Dragon Ball. So yeah, you got a really good style going here. But the real test is when you actually like make the comic and then put it in order. Like put the characters in sequence, because anyone can make like a good 1 or 2 drawings, but then like to put it in sequence and make it make sense to people, like that's gonna be the real test. Like it's good that you've been working on your on your writing skills, and like you say you're cooking in solitude for the last 2 years. That's all good, because like a lot of people jump right into the fire with half-baked ideas, but if you take your time on your first idea and make it into something good, and it's good that it's not your like quote unquote like magnum opus story, and that you're just starting with a short type of story to get into making comics. Because a lot of people make that mistake, me included, of trying to do like the magnum opus thing and jump right into like, oh, I'm gonna make the best with the 600 chapters, and it's gonna be so amazing and everybody's gonna be blown away. No, dude, you don't want to do that, and you're already on the right track. So yeah, if you can make a short story out of this character and and do it to completion, then this is a good start that would show editors or people who you're interested in getting a job from, that you can actually create something, that you can actually take something all the way. So yeah, this guy has a good strong silhouette, and there's a lot of personality just in the way that he's standing and in his face. So yeah, man, it'd be good to see more out of this. Thanks for sending it, dude. Let me go back to the comments. Yeah, everybody's feeling it, dude, man. They're loving it. Good job, man. Let's see. Okay. Noxie says, quick question. How long have you been practicing art in general, and when was it that you considered to be a professional? I started about 3 years ago, and I feel a bit too behind for college. I've met a guy when I was in college who was 29 at the time that I was like, or 27 at the time that I was like 22. And he had just started drawing like a year before he came into the Kubert school with me. And he was already more solid in the fundamentals than I was, and I was just like, damn, how are you doing this, bro? What the hell? But I've been drawing since I was born, man. Like I got like cave drawings in my mom's womb, dude. Like I was born with a pencil in my hand. But um I don't know. I was drawing since I watched like Scooby Doo when I was a kid, and I was just like, oh, let me draw this. Let me make some little Scooby Doo comics or whatever. And then in when Naruto came out, when I was around like 11 or 12, my friends in school, yeah, it was probably when I was 12 or yeah. My friends in school later on told me about Shonen Jump, like that Naruto was first published in black and white in a magazine called Shonen Jump. And I was just like, what is that? What are you talking about? And they showed me, and I was just like, whoa, what is this? They were talking about like, oh yeah, you make comic books, and then that's how you can get your stuff on TV and make it into a cartoon and that kind of thing. And that is what inspired me to want to make comics, because once I learned that you could do this for a living and probably get an animation made out of your thing, I was just like, okay, now I want to make it into a living. Like, I want to be a professional at this, because my parents would always say like, oh, you got to be a doctor, and I was just like, I'll do anything not to be a doctor. And because I was already good at drawing, I wanted to pursue that. So that was that situation. But yeah, don't feel behind in college. Like, everybody feels behind somebody, but somebody's looking at your art, somebody's looking at you and thinking, wow, this guy's way ahead. You know what I mean? So yeah, man. Code Ninja says, damn, Akira Otoma and Katsuya Terada. Yeah, those are good. Those are good inspirations, man. History buffs. Yeah. History buffs would be a good audience for that. Has some grit too. Yep. Okay. Yes, I love that challenge. I love drawing this detailed art style. I could draw like this all day. Nice. That's some Captain America type shit. Oh shit, what's good? Oh yeah. The villain for the short story is so cold though. Oh, that's good. That's good. Let's see. How she wrote art. The womb. Yeah. Noxudi says, that's so cool actually. For me, it wasn't until grade 10 that I decided to actually put in a 100 in drawing. 100 in drawing, so I kind of got locked in and keep it at 200 like John Kyson. John Kyson. Oh my god. I just like the meme of calling random background characters in anime just John. Is John Kyson or John Shippuden or whatever. It's funny. But yeah, I got about 3 minutes left, and then I'm gonna make my video for the day. I don't even know what the video should be about. In fact, I'm gonna probably do a post where I ask y'all like, what do y'all want to see more of on the channel, because I don't know. Like, I'm like, posting every day, but most of the time I only have time to really do random thoughts and keep it going, like random thoughts, and make it at least compelling enough to where people understand like, hey, this is where I'm coming from, and it's not just a random like bullshit video. So if you guys have any ideas for what you want to see more of on the channel, just post them in the comment below. I'm gonna do a post later on this week, maybe even tomorrow, where I just ask y'all like, what do you want to see more of on the channel, so I can cater more to you guys, because you guys actually like show up, man, and I really appreciate you coming out to the shows and talking with me in the chat and all that. So yeah, tell me what you guys want to see, because that's really all I care about. I'm not trying to get all the viewers in the friggin' world. Like, I'm just trying to give you guys what you want to see or see more often and whatnot. So yeah, I'm gonna do a post about that, and I don't know if I'll make it a vote post, or I don't think there is such a thing, but it'll be like a opening the conversation and that kind of thing. But yeah. But let's see. Okay. So for I see you're sending more art. For any extra art, we'll do that in the next show. Because I really gotta go now. But we'll look at that next time. And then let me see. Brief reviews, analysis of submitted pieces. Your expertise is valued in this space. I appreciate it, man. Yeah, I think I could do that. If y'all wanna, yeah, I'm gonna look into that. Yeah, I'll definitely think about that because I want y'all to, if I can help y'all out in some way, then we'll we can do that as well. But yeah, like I said, I'll do a post about it tomorrow, and get your guys' thoughts on what you want to see more of on the channel, and then we'll look at any extra art next week and all that, and have a good time. But yeah, that's it for this video, and I'll see y'all in the next one. Everyone be well until next time, and I will see you next time. Peace. Let me go. Here we go. All right, y'all. See ya.